Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, Hedman Hustler Headers, M&H Tires, and TheFoat.com. With your hosts, Diana-Mite, Bruce Barker, and Scott Lucky Hudson.
Oh yeah, and it's a Tuesday night. We are back. Yes, I know you missed us. We were on that winter break. We are nice, we are rested, and we're back here for you. I'm Diana-Mite. We've got Scott Lucky Hudson to my left.
Diana-Mite, I'm not rested because I've been working on my race car the whole time.
Wow, wow. And to the left of Scott Lucky Hudson, we've got Mindy Fry.
Hello. So great to be back. It's been forever since I've been here.
Awesome. And to the left of her, we've got, well, Bob Beck, Mr. Car Show himself. And Mr. Funny Face. Just say hello, Bob.
Wasn't that a Barbra Streisand movie?
Yeah. And then, of course, controlling
funny,
all
girl,
the
I'm sorry.
audio and video, and that's why we're 5 minutes late, the infamous Bruce Barker.
Oh, if you could see my heart rate now.
You know, Bruce gets all the credit when everything goes right, and he gets all the credit when everything goes wrong.
Absolutely lucky.
Ain't that just the way it works?
Well, I mentioned I've been working on the Curry Rear Ends Hedman Hustler race car all winter, and here she is. Yeah, I know it's not all back together yet, but don't worry. The motor's in. It's got a fresh 900 horsepower, 540. Got those Hedman Hustler header pipes on there. You know, the Curry rear end, service that. Getting ready to mount up some whole shot wheels. And, you know, I got to get it ready, not only for the season of racing, but also we've got the Speed Scene Live Nationals coming up at Great Bend in June. And Scotty Richardson's going to be there teaching a class on the Friday before. I'm trying to get Brett Wagner from Pastime to make an appearance, and I'm trying to work out all the bugs on that. But, hey, the car's ready. I've got everything running. It's fired up. I'm going to put it in the trailer tomorrow. It'll be set to go. All I got to do now is wipe it off, and this is what Diana-Mite's been
looks
working
good.
on.
Hey, that does look good.
Hey, it's getting better.
Yeah, this is Diana-Mite's Volkswagen project, and I wish she was here right now to talk to us about it because, Diana-Mite, your little VW notch is looking sweet.
Isn't it lucky? Look at that nice chrome there, that S chrome. That was a Christmas present from Santa Claus.
Oh,
Look
that's
at
right. Now, I
Oh, look at
saw
the
a
interior.
photo without the chrome yet, and this
Right,
looks brilliant.
right. Look at how cute the interior is, all red and white and everything.
Bruce, I think when you saw it, it didn't have the new paint job either.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
maybe not the interior. I
Isn't
don't
that
even know.
interior pretty? I always wanted to get a little notch back and do the interior that way and make it red and white. It's just, you know what that car reminds me of? It reminds me of a little 52 Chevy. But like a
little
miniaturized
52
one, you know? And it's got the little motor in the back, so it kind of goes, you know?
Well, wait a minute. You got a 1776? It does more than that.
Well, you know, compared to my race car, Lucky, it is a little motor.
Well, and there's still a few things you're going to do in the car. It's still a work in progress.
Mindy, what do you think of that little car?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Does it look like a fun little Saturday toy to go out and play with?
Absolutely, but I think it's a sleeper. I think that you could take some people out in that thing.
Well, you know, we're putting seatbelts in, so it'll be nice and safe for 4 people. And
Do you imagine you'll take it over to the bug in or something like
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On feed
totally.
up drag days.
that? Yeah.
She had it out at
Yeah.
Pomona last time, and you know, if you haven't driven on the freeway in a car without seatbelts recently,
it's scary.
let me tell you, it is a thrill a minute.
Now, see, I do that every day. I hadn't really thought.
You're a daredevil,
Yeah.
Bruce.
it's
you
a-
know.
Yeah.
Now,
I put in some ropes, though.
You've got a four-wheel drive Mustang.
Yeah.
Too, so, yeah.
We've also got a new show sponsor, Whole Shot Performance Wheels.
All right.
And, you know, I had to learn how to do the whole beadlock thing. For those of you that have done it, you're saying, hey, it's no big deal. But there's a lot of us, you know, and I even talked to some friends that said, hey, how does that work? And I've never done it before, so I had to learn with these wheels, and it's really easy.
So
really,
does it come with instructions, or did you watch a YouTube?
you know, I watched a YouTube. You know, I talked to the guys at Curry because they use them on their off-road vehicles. And really, it's super easy. And now the good thing is if I get a flat at the track, I can just pull them apart, pull the tube out, patch the tube, or put in a new tube. Mindy, you guys probably run bead locks on all those Top Fuel Nitro cars you drive.
Yeah, we do. I mean, there are still some people that don't run bead locks; they run liners inside. But for the most part, people run bead locks.
So all those little screws have to be tightened?
Tightened and torqued, and you got
Wow.
to do it a certain way.
Wow.
But it's really super easy. The first time you do it, you got to go, okay. But
How many are there? Like 50 or?
Nah.
You know, I am such a noob that I didn't realize this kind of technology. Congrats, you guys at Whole Shot. I know that other manufacturers work on the same sort of principle, but that is a beautiful wheel.
Isn't it though?
They're beautiful, and I'm going to show you step by step how to do it, and we'll show you how the car looks with the wheels. But meanwhile, Bruce, you're going to tell us about a new feature on thefote.com.
That's what I thought you said. They've got a new feature called the Social Car Show. Check this out. It's the web's first authenticated car show. They've partnered with nationwide car shows to bring together an exciting and trustworthy social competition. And cash prizes are going to be awarded. Did I say cash prizes?
Money.
Money, yeah.
Awarded to the winners who achieve the most votes throughout the competition. So all you do is go to The Fote for more details. That's, The Fote, F-O-A-T, fastest of all time, thefote.com. And check it out, man. It's coming to a store near you online.
And while you're at the Fote, make sure that you sign up, you join our crew, because I'm talking to people on the Fote right now during the show, and it's always fun to talk to viewers.
And we want to let everybody know that, hey, the March meet's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Out here in Southern California, that kind of, it dictates the beginning of the race season for us sportsmen racers. And we're all going to be out there at Auto Club Famoso Raceway in Bakersfield, California. That's the 7th through the 11th. 4 days. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to be out there. I'm going to be out there in my Curry rear ends Nova. Lucky's going to be out there in his Curry rear ends Nova. We're going to be all set up with the booth. We're going to be having all the displays of the Curry rear ends as well as the Hedman Hustler headers. And you can check out Lucky's car with those beautiful new rims on it. Right, Lucky?
Oh, that's going to be great. It's so much fun, and it's great to see our friends, and that's actually going to be 5 days of racing plus 1 day of test and tune, so 5 days of racing.
That is so cool. And you know what? You can get your spectator tickets online at thefote.com. Don't wait in those long lines. Oh, no, and trust me, there will be lines, and there will be people and many. But if you go online to thefote.com, you can pick up your tickets and just walk right in with that ticket and not wait in that line.
Ooh, I was looking at that wheel stand. I got totally distracted there.
Well, we've Bryant Layton will not be on the show tonight. He's off on assignment. But next week, he's going to be here with the PRP Seats and Belts Off-Road Report. He's going to have Jason Voss from Voss Motorsports. He's going to be on next week. Jason Voss just won the overall Parker 425 last Saturday in his Jimco trophy truck. So, hey, make sure you tune in for that.
So those guys can pretty much, they can race range, sunshine. It doesn't matter. I mean, they don't really have a down period, do they?
Well, they kind of do, actually. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, we'll talk to him about that next week.
Okay, well, you know what? And we're also going to have Bob Beck. Bob, what are you going to talk about tonight?
Tonight we're going to talk about the origins of some of the funny car classes. And one of the classes was an association called SIFCA. And it's an offshoot of the old Econo funny car category.
Nice. So that's coming up tonight as well. Alex, the car girl Rogio, was on last year. She's going to be returning again next week. She was one of our last shows of 2012. Joining Alex will be Jeff Arend, or is it Arend? I think it's Arend.
Arend.
Yeah. I have to ask that every time. And what I got Bones'
We'll
name
harass
coming
him.
up too. So watch me, do things to that.
Yeah.
Jeff, of course, driver of the Jim Dunn Racing Grime Boss Funny Car. Coming up, we have a great interview with Bones Below.
Balo.
See? I told you. At
That's
least we were all
okay.
warned. He's that fantastic driver, the man behind the wheel of many famous cars, including the big John Masmanian Willis Gasser. At least I pronounced Willis correctly.
Well, it depends on who you're talking to.
Oh, gee.
That's the real deal. It's got to be a
You
Willis.
said it right, though.
What you talking about, Willis? We also have Rocky Piron talking about his incredible cars. All that's coming up on Speed Scene Live.
And tonight, in addition to the lovely and talented Mendy Fry, we're going to talk about her driving her Top Fuel Dragsters, Top Fuel Funny Cars, nostalgia cars. We've got Donald the Mayor Long. I guess he's a controversial guy. I don't know. I had no idea.
Well, we like to have controversial people on Speed Scene Live, Lucky. That's fun because we get to ask them all kinds of questions.
It is fun, but the thing that really impresses me is he's one of the best drag racing promoters out there. That's why we like him. That's why he's good for drag racing. Diana-Mite, let's bring them on the show.
Well, let's go to line 1. Don, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
I'm surprised I haven't been banned from this show yet.
Oh, come
Oh, there's still
on.
time. There's
There's
still
a first
time.
for everything.
Thanks for having me on, you guys.
Well, Donald, it's a pleasure, and I got to tell you, I put a post on Yellow Bullet and was immediately raked over the coals for having you on the show. To me, you're one of the best drag racing promoters out there.
But, Lucky, didn't you say that, you know what, as long as they're talking about you, good, bad, or indifferent, as long as they're talking about you, that's good PR.
Well, there's a couple words that come to my mind, and that's piss off if they don't like me.
And
Glad you're holding back.
as I tell people all the time, whether I agree with your opinion or I don't agree, I will fight for you to have the option to have your own opinion. So,
I appreciate that, Lucky. I appreciate that.
Donald, you got this great race coming up at Southern Georgia Motorsports Park the night the lights went out, and you've had it several years. You have 2 races a year. Tell us about this race, because this is one of the biggest races at the track.
This is Lights Out 4. This is our 4th year doing it. Our goal in the whole strategy was to bring small tire racing to the top. I feel like it's there now. I mean, you look at all the radial X275. I think it's there, and if they follow me, we'll keep them in the promised land.
It looks like they have some fun
I'm planning
nighttime.
on every race. We want to try to take small tire racing to the next level, and I think you're going to find out after this thing's over, you're going to see some historical things happen. I can't tell you about them all, but we always try to throw in some stuff to keep it moving.
Well, you have managed to bring radial tire, 10.5 tire racing to really bring it out to the media. And not only that, but a lot of other tracks. We were talking to the guys that put on a race in July up at Woodburn, Oregon, and they like your rules. They like the fact that, what is it, weight and tire and screw everything else. Bring the car.
That's pretty much it. I mean, it seemed to have been proven. It seems to work good, and most of the our Outlaw 10.5 rules are that way, and our Radial versus the World rules are that way. To where if you have the right tire and the right weight, then bring it in there.
I like that because there's a lot of guys out there with top sportsman cars or old pro mods or cars that don't fit. Maybe they've moved the firewall back, or maybe they don't have the frame rails exact. But they would like to come out and race. They'd like to come out and support the events. And even if they're not competitive, a lot of guys like to come out and race.
They do, Lucky. And, I mean, honestly, they found a place, to fit in. And, we welcome them guys with open arms. They come and they have a great time. Some of them run Outlaw 10.5, and some of them run Radial versus the World. And some of them are competitive, and some of them, aren't as competitive as others. But they come, they have a great time, and their car fits into the rules.
Well, now, your races kind of have sort of a grudge race feel to them, a lot of people, a lot of trash talk, a lot of people that are hoping to race a favorite competitor of theirs. Is this just something that happened organically, or is this something that you planned?
Well, no, when me, I know y'all know, Batman and Robin, we got Duck and Linko Jim here, and the thing is that we try to do, the whole WWF style of, and it works, Now, it's funny. Now, I haven't said a bad word about anybody in 9 months, and I'm still taking a beating.
9 months.
You are. Well, maybe it's time to end that because we've got some callers calling in.
Great.
And so, hey,
Yeah, you might get your chance again.
yeah, you might break your streak right here. Now, last year, tell some of the people about some of the things that you did, surprises at the event last year, because you did some amazing things.
Well, we always have other events going on. We always have the big wheel race for the kids and stuff. We're going to have the practice tree race, which the practice tree deal is $5,000 to win this year. I don't know if y'all know about that. And then we have the bench press competition, bench your own body weight for $1,000. Just fun stuff to do after the race. But
man.
as far as the race, I don't know if you got a chance. Did you get a chance to see our sign girls that we came up with?
I did see some video. You had some girls. They wore cute outfits and sort of like the ring girls at a wrestling event.
Right, and it kind of added a little bit extra to it, and that was something that Linko Jim had thought up, and I really liked that idea. And then we brought out the marching band to do the national anthem, and the reason the marching band came about was because I don't know how many races, and I'm sure y'all been to as many as I have or more. How many times has the national anthem, it gets screwed up all the time? People try to play a CD or a tape, and it's always something, screwy about it. And I think it's important. We've had that same thing happen, and I just thought it was important. First we got, I felt like, getting the high school kids involved in it was good. And then, they come out and they did an awesome job, and, they got a standing ovation from the fans.
Well, so people didn't expect it. They didn't know it. What happened? All of a sudden, they hear this band coming up to the track?
We had like a 50-kid marching band in full outfit. And you know how they start with the drum roll? Well, we had them all behind the stands. They come rolling out with the whole, drum off deal. And I think everybody was a little shocked. And I had them parade right out there in front of all the fans that were in the stands and, just play directly towards, the main set of stands, And I just wanted, everybody to know that, we do, even though we talk a lot of crap and all that, we do care about a lot of other things that happen in the country and stuff. And it was one of them deals where I wanted to get it right one time and not just have something where the tape's skipping or the CD scratched. I just wanted something where it comes out, and you're going to find out after this one we've more than added to our opening festivities.
Well, it sounds like a great race. No matter what happens, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of happy racers. You're going to have a lot of guys that are planning to come back next year, the year after, and then, of course, Radio Revolution in the fall.
Yes, sir. September 27th through the 29th.
And this race will be February 22nd through the 24th. Do you have any special racers coming out? I know everybody that shows up are great racers. It's the who's who of small tire heads-up racing. Do you have any special racers that you're really looking forward to see run this year?
Huh. What if we lost that call? I hear nothing.
Yep. Well, I guess
Mayor's been.
John, are you still there?
I guess we lost him.
Ah.
Well, hey, it's February 22nd through the 24th. Lights out at SGMP Southern Georgia Motorsports Park. And if you're a fan of Radial Tire, if you're a fan of 10.5.
If you're a fan of money, go there and win.
Yeah, $5,000 for a
That's
tree race.
a lot of money. Come
Go
on.
press your body weight.
That is something. You know what? I think the ladies would have an advantage because you have a lot less body weight to press. But
Most do.
Yeah.
Can I pick somebody else to pick?
I haven't been working on my presses
upper body strength
over the winter.
Yeah.
No.
Well, now, Mindy, we're going to talk to you in a little bit more about what's going on with you, but you are not, we're going back to the west part of the country, the West Coast. You are one of the premier drivers for Nitro Funny Cars and Nitro Top Fuel Dragsters.
Well, you got to diversify, right? I mean, so premier. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's nice for you to say.
Well, you're very talented. It seems like you can do a good job, and no matter what you do, I do have to bring up this one fact. At one point in time, you were the world's fastest alcohol dragster driver.
Yeah, it was for about 24 hours. Yeah.
That's cool.
I was 18 years old. It was my first full pass in an alcohol dragster.
Wow, that's impressive.
And we came out and broke the record. We ran 6:15 when the record was 6:21. So that was pretty cool. But when you have nothing to compare it to, I got out of the car and went, all right, well, that was pretty neat, and everyone's freaking out. And I'm just like, what? What's wrong with you people?
Well, we got a shot of here talking to someone. Who is this you're talking to?
That's Mike Fuller, my car owner from last year.
Okay. And I know that you guys went out and did a lot of racing, and you're primarily, would it be fair to say you primarily race in the nostalgia arena?
Only, yeah, that's right. So I was with that team for 2 years, and I left them at the end of last year.
Now, although you were racing in the nostalgia, that's not what you're limited to.
No, that's not what we're limited to. I mean, we did do some Saturday Night Nitro races out there at Bakersfield. It's a pretty cool little deal that the Bowsers have put together. But for the most part, that's what we stuck to over the last 2 years. Yeah.
Well, listen, we're going to go to commercial break, but before we do, Diana-Mite.
Well, let's go back to line one. We got Don Long, the mayor, back on. Don, I know you want to let everybody know one more time where that race is.
I'm sorry, that race so powerful it took the lights out of my house.
Man.
Is it a football game going on?
It's February 22nd through the 24th, and I just want to thank all my guys for coming out and supporting us. And I don't know, event coverage, we'll have Kelly Leslie on Facebook the whole time also live. So
Nice. And we're later in the show tonight, we're going to have a couple photographers on that will be at your event shooting photos. And if guys want to get shots of their cars, we're going to be talking to those guys tonight. So you can show up and race, have a good time, barbecue, enjoy some good food, some good racing, and some good fellowship with your fellow racers.
all right, thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Hey, thanks a lot. It's always an honor to talk to you.
Thank you, Lucky.
All right, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Mindy again. We've got Hot Rod Bob Beck. He's going funny car style. Back in a
Nice.
flash.
Hi, I'm Bobby Boogaloo Schwartz, and when I'm not winning here at Industry Speedway, I'm watching Speed Scene Live.
For over half a century, Curry rear-end components have been twisting out the torque and taking the punishment. And the new Curry lineup is stronger than ever. Some of the world's most capable, hardest-working vehicles depend on Curry gears, which is why you can too. Street cars, hot rods and resto rods, drag cars, rock-crawling four-wheel drive vehicles, whatever you're piloting, Curry expertise and rock-solid design means the parts will do their job, so you can do yours. Check out Curry's custom rear ends, featuring a full line of upgrades, components, and installation options. The Curry Crate rear ends lineup offers ultra-strong construction on third members and carrier assemblies. And other underside parts, like correct link steering systems, keep your four-wheeler pointed where you want it. Add in a wide variety of solid, purpose-built suspension and brake components, and you've got one tough, ready-to-go machine. Grab a hold of a Curry rear end. Talk to the experts at 714-367-2679 or view the complete line online at curryenterprises.com.
Whether you have a hot rod that needs more hustle or a muscle car that needs more muscle, if it's more power you want, Hedman has it. Since 1954, Hedman headers have worked harder, fit better, and lasted longer than the new guys on the block. In fact, Hedman headers are so tough, they're guaranteed for life. So log on to Hedman.com tonight, because if it's more power you want, Hedman has it.
Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV with your hosts, Diana-Mite, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, the Off-Road Report with Bryant Layton, and the Great American Auto Scene with Bob Beck.
Welcome back to the show. My name is Lucky. I'm here with Diana-Mite, Bruce Barker, Hot Rod Bob Beck, and of course the lovely, the talented Mindy Fry. Mindy, we've actually, you're tearing up the phones here. You got a couple callers. Diana-Mite, you want to bring one on?
Well, let's go to line 4 and welcome Bob McClellan. Bob, welcome to Speed Scene Live. You have a question for Mindy?
Oh my God! First, I gotta say, be still my heart. Bobby McClellan from Champion Speed Shop is on the phone for me.
Yeehaw! Live from San Francisco. You kidding me?
Wow.
Big.
So you know, Bobby McClellan's car, Adam Sorokin drives. They won the championship last
That's
year in Top Fuel.
awesome.
Yeah. So that's good news. And the bad news is that we lost our female driver to bigger and better things. Hopefully. So
Yeah, hopefully I'll be back. I'm working on it.
I know. Well, that's the good news. So we're gonna miss you. You're part of the class act out there, Mindy, and we appreciate everything that you do and did and still do. So
Now, Bob, we got to mention that Mindy wants people to know that she's looking for a ride right now.
I'm currently between projects.
She's currently between projects.
That's a good way to put it.
Bob, if there's a team owner out there that's going, wow, She sounds pretty good. I wonder what kind of driver she is. What kind of a recommendation would you give Mindy?
No, that doesn't. I mean, Mindy, over the years, it just speaks for herself. If you look at reaction times, if you look at just consistency, and I'm not saying this just because I'm calling in on this show. It's with all of us out there, it's a pretty close group, and we all know that if you go to the line with Mindy, you got your hands full. So that's the deal. So unfortunately, she's in between projects, but I think once maybe the economy turns around a little bit more, we'll have some more dragsters out there. And the funny cars are wonderful. They're still growing. So
well, we got more points races this year in Top Fuel, yeah.
Yes, we do. We've got 5 races. So the two in Bakersfield, the big ones, and then the 2 reunions back east. They added a new one, so there's one in Bowling Green, one in New Hampshire, and then we have the next fire, the big one in Boise. So we've got 5 races. We're gonna, So it's good news. We got a good group going on there, and the fuel show in general between the funny cars and the fuel cars. I think this year we're out to make it a better fan experience and limit the oil downs and get a little more crowd friendly, hopefully.
Well, Bob, thanks for calling. We appreciate it, and we'll see you out at the next race.
Thanks, Bobby.
Okay, you guys, and thanks you and Mindy. Good luck to you. I love you.
I love you too.
Later.
Bye.
You know, we're going to get to Hot Rod Bob Bedwick. Dynamite, how about one more call for Mindy?
Okay, let's go to line 1. Brian Lostmess from Boise, Idaho has a question for Mindy.
Brian, how's it going?
Mindy, how are you?
Oh, fantastic.
Good to see you. You're looking lovely as always, dear.
Aw, what a flatterer.
I am sorry that you are between rides, but I wanted to take a moment. I knew you were going to be on tonight. I wanted to take a moment. Thank you for all your help at the night fires last year. I thought that turned out really, really well, and they got a lot of great response out of it.
Oh, no, it was my pleasure. Always a treat to go up there. Yeah, definitely.
So, keep me abreast of what's going on, for this year if something comes out. And if I happen to hear something through the rumor mill, I'll give you a holler and say, hey, this is what I'm hearing.
Absolutely, I will. Well, right now, the only thing I've got going on, actually, I'm going to be on a pit crew at the March meet.
All right.
For the new Jim Cullen and Denver Shoots car that's coming out. Brand new Nealon Parks car. They crashed at the March meet last year. And so it's their debut of the new car at the March meet this year. I'm excited to be part of that.
Go straight. Go straight.
I know, right? Well, that is the point, right?
Yeah.
Go straight, leave first,
and stop.
get there first.
Rubber side
right?
down.
Sit low. Make sure you don't catch on fire or drop any oil on the
Good idea, yeah.
Shiny side up. Shiny side up.
He definitely got my attention because I was in the shutdown area shooting them. I have one image where he's headed right at me. I'm going, oh, this is not going to be good. So
yeah, that's not the direction to be, right? But no, that's pretty excited about that.
No,
Well, Brian,
I'm too old and too fat to be running. So,
Brian, thanks a lot for calling, and
thank you guys.
we'll talk to you later. Now, Hot Rod Bob, we've got a couple callers here for
We
you.
do.
And why don't you, Diana-Mite, introduce them?
We've got Jim Mayer and we've got Pete Muriello. Gentlemen, welcome to Speed Scene Live. You there?
That was your cue, Pete.
Welcome back.
There you go. That's
to be live on a. Maybe I spoke too soon.
No, never.
I'm here with Jim. Say hello, Jim. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Very well, thanks.
All right, now you guys, I met years ago, decades ago. You were running in a group called SIFCA. Now, in the earlier days of funny cars, there was a group called Econo Funny Cars. How'd that get started?
Well, back in the 70s, Orange County Raceway was having a lot of different races. They had the 64 funny cars, and then they had the Napa 100 funny cars. And so funny cars were coming out of everywhere in the 70s. So they started a group called the Econo Funny Cars, which kind of fell after the Econo Dragsters. And the Econo Funny Cars, there was Dial Your Own ET. The guys like Dennis Taylor had a car, which he later sold to Gene Addison. Jim McClure had a car, the Mirage Mustang, with a 351 Cleveland small block.
Right.
And they raced the Dial Your Own Index. Well, when Orange County Raceway closed in Irwindale, the cars kind of were they had no place to go. So Gene, being a Chevrolet car with a big block Chevy in it, and Jim McClure with the small block Ford, decided to go up to Palmdale, and they talked Bernie Longjohn into letting them in free if they did match races Ford against Chevy, which they did. A couple of match races. Ford would one round, the Chevy would win the other, then the third round was probably undecided, and they'd have a barbecue afterwards. So they decided that since Phoenix was still having a 32 funny car show, they thought, well, maybe if we go there, they'll let us in free also. We can do the same thing over there. So they called them up, and Phoenix said, sure, come on in. And after they were done with their match races and they're having a barbecue, somebody came along and from Phoenix and gave them both a check. I think it was about $250, which they were not expecting any kind of money at all. So that was a big surprise to them. And Gene Addison had an air conditioning, or still does, I think, Addison Air Conditioning. And one of his accounts was Virgil Hartman at Aeroplastics. And he told Virgil that he got paid. And Virgil Hartman saw that as an opportunity to put together a group of cars. So they started buying up old funny cars, and Virgil was responsible for getting the group off the ground, and at the time they called it the California Injected Funny Car Association.
Right, I remember when you guys were doing that, and it was quite fun. And I mean, here's one of your alumni being shown on screen right now, a guy named Adam Sorokin. Name comes to mind for something.
Is this a police lineup I'm looking at?
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, they're people that get arrested together stay together.
Yeah, Dave Smith, Adam Sorokin, and Chris Kelly, the late Chris Kelly, now they campaigned a funny car also. A lot of the guys now that are in nostalgia funny cars were SIFCA guys. Name a few of them, Jim.
Go ahead, wake up, Jim.
Oh, you got like your Dennis Ashardi,
yeah.
Back in Black. He's one of those. I think Mike Irwin. I think he's getting himself a ride. Mike Halstead. Alumni. Mike's out there. He wheels anything.
I think Team Estrus too, right?
Yeah, Team Estrus was on. Now Halstead though started out as a gopher for you, didn't he?
Yes, I got to know Mike at a very young age. He was great to have on the team, and we built a great friendship. And he just got that passion, and that passion has got him where he's at now.
Yeah, he's a guy that he went through some illness about a year or so ago, and he's come back full force.
That's so true. He did have a little setback, but you can't keep that guy down.
No.
SIFCA had a youth program back in the day, and that's where Mike Halstead came in on the SIFCA youth program.
Yeah,
they put several people through that have gone on to bigger and better things through that youth program.
Yeah, Sorokin failed that, didn't he?
Yeah.
What? What are you saying?
Oh, we'll get even with him later, or he'll get even with us later.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the picture of the banquets. Our banquets were pretty infamous.
We're moving on to those. Yes, they're coming through. Believe me.
Okay, we can talk about that later.
Yeah, well, blackmailed Jim for it.
Yeah.
I think that was there was one banquet where he really had a deficit there against the person holding him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Queen Kong?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, well, that was one of my ideas is to hire some of these acts to come in and surprise the top 5 points earners.
Yeah.
And they would never know who it was. I kept it a big secret. I didn't let anyone know at all till probably about 5 or 10 minutes, and I would tell my assistant at the time, hey, go to the door, look for we had a Monica Lewinsky, we had Guido Sarducci, we had a female impersonator, which I thought I was really going to I thought the guys were going to go out and kick my tail pretty good when they found out it was a guy, not a woman. We had, who else did we have? We had Richard Simmons. We had, who else?
I think most of them came from just down the street from your studio in Hollywood.
His studio, yeah. They were stunt people. And there's a picture that's coming up in just a moment. You'll see on screen, and it's Pete and Jim. Yeah, aren't
that's actually not Jim. If you look at that
that's
picture,
not, that's Mike.
Halstead.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is Mike.
Young Mike Halstead. I guess I was a father figure to him, apparently.
You were some kind of figure.
Yeah, I'm West Hollywood, you said?
Now I'm a grandfather figure.
Now you're the grandfather. Yeah, that's
pretty
right.
cozy to me.
No, that was purely a platonic affection. There. That was not.
I think it looks like somebody's been drinking there.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah,
that was one of the things, and actually, I'm sorry that I haven't been drinking at this time, but unfortunately, that was one of the things that got us lubricated and made the banquet that much more fun.
All right, now we'll move it on to the cars, though. Now, you raced SIFCA. It started out as California Injected Funny Car Association. It later changed names to California Independent Funny Car Association. What was the big change that caused the name change?
Well, they wanted us to run supercharged.
Okay.
And so we voted on it at one of our SIFCA meetings, and they voted, the group voted to go ahead and allow blowers. So obviously we couldn't be injected any longer, so we just tried to come up with a name that would not change the SIFCA, and we thought of different ones. One of our banquets, actually, there was a sign. Do you still have that sign, Jim, that says California Infected Funny Car?
Contagious.
All right, now your group lasted for about how long? I mean, right now it's not in existence, but how long did SIFCA actually run regular races? Now, you were touring all over California and Arizona at the time.
Yes, Jim, we were in 20 years or so.
25 years.
25 years.
Now
That's a long time. That's a really good run.
Now, did your business come from the racing, or did you have your business before the racing, or was it the part of the racing that brought out the business that you've got?
The business, it happened all by accident. Showing up at the races, some of the guys would forget their safety equipment or break apart, so I felt kind of obligated to, keep the cars running a little bit with the promoters, so I would loan them some safety equipment. Then they would call me during the week, say, Jim, can you bring me this, the next race? And it just started to take off from there, and the rest is history. And now I've turned that passion into a vocation, and my wife says I don't work a day in my life.
Yeah. All right, so you've got Mirage Racing. Is that it? What is your
Good
company?
Vibrations Motorsports.
Good Vibration Motorsports. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And you were the president of SIFCA for how many years, Jim?
About 17 years. That started in the late
Short run,
80s.
huh?
I think I did the most complaining, so they made me do all the work. So
Yeah.
I don't
that's
think
what that is.
I don't think that was a presidency. I think that was a dictatorship.
Dictatorship. Okay. Now, SIFCA ran for, like you're saying, 25 years. The combination at first started out as old Econo funny cars or other funny cars that were no longer in regular NHRA competition. But then later on, you had a lot of guys building cars specific.
Yes. Well, the index dropped. The first couple of races were dial your own ET.
Mm-hmm.
The promoters did not like that. They wanted to see heads-up racing. And then we started off with, I do believe, was it 850, Jim?
I came in a year later, so I'm not sure.
Oh, see.
I remember the 790.
Yeah.
We started off, I think, with an 850 index, and we went to 790 quickly. Then we had a brief 775. Was that 1 year or 2 years we did that? 1 year. Then we dropped down to 750.
Okay. Now, what does the future hold for SIFCA?
Well, who knows as far as that goes. There's still a lot of interest. There's definitely a need for a group that would complement the nostalgia funny cars, alcohol cars, and they could certainly have nostalgia bodies on them and be older cars. And I think that there's definitely a need for that. We just need someone like Jim to organize it.
So basically, you kind of morphed into the nostalgia version of Double B funny car.
I would think so. That would be a perfect spot for a group of cars like we have.
Okay.
Didn't the group merge with some other index racing group at one point? I could be wrong, but wasn't there like a 750 and then a 680 group? And
Oh, yeah, that was very short-lived.
okay, yeah, I remember it happened, and then I don't remember anything else about it.
Yeah, there were other funny car groups that actually mimic SIFCA and would call Jim and basically say, Jim, whatever you're doing, we're copying exactly what you're doing and how you do it. And what were some of those groups, Jim?
Well, you had a band, Blown Alcohol North was one. Most of the circuits, I think they realized once how much work was involved behind the scenes. Most never lasted more than a year. We encourage, the guys that want to step up, go ahead, please step up. Just don't try to take the other guys with you. This was a stepping stone. At 750 was very affordable. It was a lot of fun, and to go up the top alcohol, that took a pretty deep pockets and a lot of work, and we were not ready to fill those shoes. We knew what we were. We knew what we weren't. Promoters, they knew when they brought SIFCA in, they're going to get a good show. Not track records, but they're going to get a good show all evening long.
You made good. You always made good passes. You didn't have that much breakage. That's one of the things that started with the blown cars. You had a little bit less breakage, didn't you?
That's so ironic. Yes, when we allowed blowers, I think it was 1988, we thought, wow, we're going to have more breakage now. Just the opposite happened. It seemed like transmissions was the weak link with the injector cars, and when the blowers came in, they got a broad torque fan. The breakage with the transmissions slowly started going away.
All right. Thank you, Jim. And Pete, well, hopefully the future of SIFCA could become alive again, you said. And
yes, definitely a big possibility.
All right. Well, are you either one of you guys going to come up to the March meet?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be there on Saturday.
All right. Be there on Saturday. Come up to the tower, say hello, go down to the Curry Rear Ends booth, say hello to Scott and Diana-Mite.
We'll certainly do that.
And we'll
before
chat
you
with
go,
you there.
Can I speak to your guest, Mendy, for a second?
Well, yeah, I guess so. You can go ahead. She's smiling. So
Hey, what's happening?
Mendy, I don't know if you remember me, but you're one of the few people that I've actually gotten an autograph from.
Aw, well.
Do you remember that autograph?
Of course
yeah,
Of
sure.
course I do.
Okay, well,
it was
I'm
extremely
sure you don't,
special.
But how many guys have asked you to sign a glow-in-the-dark condom?
You know, unfortunately, Mendy has a long list of people.
Oh, if I had a nickel.
Yeah. So
that was at the March meet. I stopped at Zingo's for breakfast, and in the bathroom there.
Yeah, in the bathroom.
There was, I said, hey, look
a lot
at
of
this.
stories start out, I was in the bathroom at Zingo.
You weren't actually wearing the condom when she signed it.
I wasn't.
Do you have it framed on your wall right now?
I have
that
it
wouldn't be
someplace.
memorable
I
at
certainly
all.
haven't gotten rid of it, I'm sure.
All right, one question. So is it ribbed? Never mind.
It made it difficult to sign, yeah.
I remember when I told her it
Speed
was going
bumps
to
on
dark,
the
she said,
glow in
oh,
the dark
great.
condom.
Well, you signed it by Braille, right?
Yeah. Should say M&H or Hoosier. I'm sorry.
So wrong, man.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
All right, guys.
Well, thanks a lot, you guys.
Pete, Jim, thank you for calling in.
All right.
Hey, we enjoy the show.
Take care. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Now, before we go to commercial break, I know that there's one other person that I don't know how many condoms Mendy signed.
Let's go to line one and welcome Donnie Couch. Donnie, welcome to
Oh,
Speed
Donnie.
Scene
Oh, my
Live.
God. First
Hey,
Bobby
you
McClellan
know,
and now Donnie Couch.
Yeah, I'm in Tempe, Arizona on assignment for Speed Scene. But, hey, I didn't know you could write that small, Mindy. I mean, you know, he's got a reputation around Whittier. And,
I had to get my
you know,
glasses out.
And Jim, you know, my neighbor's here in Whittier, but I didn't know you could write that small.
Neither did I, but you know, you never know until one is tested.
Well, it sounds like you guys are having a lot of fun on the show.
Yeah, where are you,
know,
man?
Wanted to say hi. Hope to see you at the March meet, but you know, I really want to get it out there that you know, Mindy came and drove the Future Flash Funny car and got her license in that car. I want everybody to know that's one of the most talented drivers that ever stepped into a car and took it down the track and could actually come back and give you feedback. And we didn't have a computer on the car, and we had some good runs in that car. We had some bad runs in that car. And, you know, Mindy's had a pretty good run around in the pit area with these teams, but she deserves a good ride, and she's got all the talent, and she's good with the fans and has a huge fan base.
Well, that's a stunning recommendation right there.
Dang.
And, you know, there's got to be somebody out there that's got the car, has got the funding to go racing, has a talented crew chief, and says, you know, if I could only find that driver.
Yep, that's her.
Well, I got to tell you, there is nothing like driving for Donnie Couch. I mean, we've been like brother and sister for so long, you know, and when I finally got a chance we got to work together, we had a plan. It was back in 2000 in Indy. We said, all right, we're gonna do something, and you know, Funny Car was the first thing that we got a chance to do together. So I'm really happy for that chance. Thank you, Donnie.
Yep, it was a good experience for all of us, and it showcased your talent. And we talked about it in like 2000, and then one year at the Winter Nationals, we had somebody that didn't have their driver's license or something to step into Gary's car, and I told Gary we need to put her in the car, and the rest is history. And she's done a great job and can drive top fuel, funny car, mix the fuel, work on the car. But you know, the only thing bad about her, she likes to yell at me, "Don't let Dave Glass adjust the clutch." I think I still have black and blue.
I put a finger in your
from
chest
her
and told you
burying her
you're
finger
doing
in
it.
my chest,
Yeah,
telling me to
exactly.
get over there and straighten it out. I had the wrong guys working on the car. So,
Well, Donnie, you're going to be on the show 2 weeks from tonight. You're going to be talking a little bit, and then
or a lot
coming up a couple weeks after that.
You know me.
Donnie never talks a little bit.
No, not me.
Hey, Donnie, we got to get going, but thanks for calling.
Okay, you guys take care. Mindy, see you at Bakersfield.
Thanks, Donnie.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Before we go to commercial break, Mindy, how can people get a hold of you? Is there a Facebook page, a Nitro Kitty website, perhaps?
Yeah, there's a Facebook page. It's by the way, it's Facebook/NitroKitty.com.
Slash? Is that like a hyphen?
I think he's a guitar player in Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But I mean, is it the little dash, the hyphen, or is it a?
I think
slash?
people can figure it out. They go onto
Google
Facebook
it.
and type Nitro Kitty. They'll figure it out.
You're the one, the only, the original.
We
Nitro
don't want
Kitty.
them to get confused.
No.
And now we're going to go to a break, but I want to remind everybody viewing that if you stay after the show tonight, we will be showing All Torque TV, which is Australia's #1 motorsports TV show. And so we're going to go ahead and stream that. And All Torque TV will be showing Speed Scene Live in Australia. So all the racers in Australia, New Zealand.
We're going to be going all the way across the world, right,
That's
Lucky?
right. That's right. So watch the show afterwards. Let us know what you think. And it's a little bit different than what we do, but it's a great show, and it gives you an inside look into Australia racing.
Well, you know what they say about those Aussie guys, Mandy?
What do they say about those Aussie guys, Diana?
Hot.
Oh, is that right?
Is that what it is? I thought it was something about Vegemite, but I don't know.
Don't they have that accent you like, Diana?
They do have that accent. I grow weak at the knees for those accents.
The shrimp will be on
That's
the barbie.
not the geographic location I thought you got weak at.
Oh.
Weak or wet.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
What did you sign again?
Hi, my name's Joe Lapone. I'm the driver of the Darrell Hubbard D-Bar-D Racing Pro Street Camaro National Record Holder car. And when I'm not driving and tuning that car and working with my great crew, I'm watching Speed Scene Live.
M&H Tires, makers of racing tires that give you the best bite for the buck. You've paid a lot for that horsepower. Make sure you use it all. M&H Tires has the best compounds available for maximum traction. Go to mandhtires.com. That's mandhtires.com. Buy direct and save at the website and mention the Speed Scene for a 5% discount. That's right, mandhtires.com. Call them at 661-324-4773. M&H Tires has tech guys ready to answer your questions or to recommend the best tire for you. Slicks or DOT. M&H Tires has it all. M&H were the first to create racing tires for muscle cars and also the first to create racing tires for sport compact cars. Legendary M&H Tires. Shop online, mention the Speed Scene, and save 5%. Get the best racing tires, great personal service, and save 5%. Go to mandhtires.com or call them at 661-324-4773. MNHTires.com.
Everyone in the armed forces that has served to defend our great country and our freedom, all of us here in the United States of America would like to offer our sincere appreciation for all that you do and all that you've done. To every family that has made a sacrifice for us, we thank you. Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV with your hosts, Diana-Mite, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, the Off-Road Report with Bryant Layton, and the Great American Auto Scene with Bob Beck.
Could it be? We're back. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you again for 2013. I'm Bruce Barker. There's Diana-Mite. There's Lucky Hudson. There's Mindy Fry in studio. There's Hot Rod Bob Beck. And wow, I couldn't be with friendlier people tonight. And the show is nowhere near over, right?
Yeah.
We've got a caller on the line. We got
did.
stuff happening. In fact, back to you, Lucky.
Well, why don't we go to the phone right now? And we were talking about the race that's going to be at the night the lights went out is going to be out at SGMP, the Ducks race. And there's going to be some great photographers out there. In fact, Diana-Mite, you have one of them on the phone right now.
I do. Let's go to line 2 and welcome Dominic D'Amato. Dominic, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, it's a pleasure, Dominic. There are a lot of people are talking about your photography. Of course you do great photos. Of course you catch all the action. But what's really got people buzzing is you've got this sort of a 3D type photography going where the motor kind of shows through the race car.
Yeah, it's not anything new I've developed or anything like that, but definitely something I'm working with on a lot of the racers because not a lot of people brought it to the drag race scene so far. So me being into photography and into drag racing, combine the efforts, and that's pretty much what I did, and
wow,
just trying to do my own thing with it.
Shows through the body like that.
It's kind of cool. Are you like superimposing the motor over the, projecting it over the actual car itself? Is that what you're doing?
What it is, all the cars where you see it's where you can see the motor. They have removable body panels. So like right now. You're showing some pictures. That's Joe Barry's 56 Chevy out of Colorado. I met him out on Drag Week back in 2011. Super nice guy. He let me take some photos of his car while it was getting worked on not too far from my house. And what I'm doing is just using two pictures and overlaying them using different techniques in Photoshop.
I like my story better, that it's the camera that can see through the body.
You do like Superman's eyes can see through the wall.
Like those glasses in the back of the comic book?
Oh, yeah, those.
Then I want to see the picture.
Not the ones you look through girls' shirts with.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the next step for you, Dominic?
Gotta watch Dominic with his camera.
Stay away from me.
Dominic, I got to tell you, though, because this is such a stunning shot, and I think I've seen stuff like this in like National Geographic and other high-end publications.
Right.
But if you look at this car, of course your eyes are attracted to the motor, but look at the rest of the car. I mean, the color, the light, the reflections. Every part of this photo looks incredible. And then on top of that, you get to see the twin turbos, and it's like, I guess you have to choose how much motor to show, and it seems like you put just the right amount where you can see it, but it doesn't overwhelm the photo. I mean, you're really doing a great job.
I appreciate it. I do like to try to, add it so it's not all motor and all car. I try to leave it so you still see some body lines. So it's like one of those optical illusion images where if you look just right, you're looking at just the car. If you switch your eyes up a little bit, you're going to be seeing through the car. And it's a lot easier to do with the race cars. They have removable front ends and doors and whatnot. So it makes doing the photos quite a bit easier. But how this all came about in talking with Lucky here, I was getting a lot of interest as of late about people wanting to do this, and I will be down in Georgia shooting the race, where I did take a few of those photos last year. What happened is I just put it out there and I said, hey, if anybody wants this done, I'm getting a lot of requests for it. I'll kind of do like a special pricing thing, and we'll just set it up, do it real quick, and I'll get you a print up to like 16 by 20 for, a couple bucks, and everyone's happy. Everyone gets their picture. I get to take some photos, and
you got a lot of interest, I'll bet.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of interest on it right now, especially thanks to Yellow Bullet. That's definitely been a factor in helping elevate what I'm doing with the photos.
I like the way you're staging the cars and the scenery within them, especially that gold Camaro.
You know, it's something different. Anybody can take a picture of just a car and take a really good picture, but this kind of takes it to the next level. And everybody's always looking for that niche to take something to the next level. You know, Dominic, I think you've done it here. It looks awesome. I'd love to have a picture of my car like that because, like you said, it's kind of like super dimensional. You can look at it one way and you just see the car, but then you look at it a little bit different and a little bit harder, and then you see the infrastructure of the car itself, whether it's the motor, the cage, or what have you.
Well, you know, Diana-Mite, all you got to do is go to the Lights Out race February 22nd through the 24th.
Where's that at, Lucky?
It's going to be in Georgia, in Southern Georgia Motorsports Park, and you'd be happy to shoot your car.
I'm all the way around the West Coast. Are you going to come over here to, like, California soon?
I really wish. Actually, March Meet is on my my to-do list.
Cool.
I talked to Brian and Chad over at Bang Shift quite a bit, and I'd like to get out there with them and shoot the race for them. I'm definitely a fan of front-engine dragsters and nitro cars.
Well, jump on the bus. Come on down.
They don't do enough of it out here.
Yeah, all of us are going to be there, so join us.
Yeah. Well, Brian, Dominic, thanks a lot for calling. We're getting to the top of the show now. We got to get going, but we want to tell you we appreciate you calling. And quick, put a website or a Facebook page out there for people to get a hold of you.
If you want to see what I'm doing or get a hold of me, you can go on Facebook, DRD Photos. Pretty simple to find. If you want to email me, Dom, D-O-M, at drd-photos.com, and I can help you out with whatever you need.
Thanks a lot, Dominic. Really enjoyed your shots.
Talk to you later.
Take care.
You know, Mindy, we're getting to the top of the show, but is there anything else that you would like to talk about before we finish up tonight?
Well, I can't believe it's been an hour already, you know. But
it does go by fast.
When you're having fun.
I know. Well, you know what? Yeah, there is actually one thing. You know, last year what was really cool is I got to work with my buddy Pete Kaiser for the first time. We've been friends since we were kids, and my dad built him a front-engine fuel car in 1989, which I think I might get a chance to drive this year in Canada. So looking forward to that, and also looking forward to working with him. He's actually the oh God, no, you guys are not.
Yeah.
Hey, wow.
Too late.
When my mom's fuse is lit.
Wow, look at that. So they had cue cards and you're against a green screen doing those commercials?
So what were you saying? You might get a chance to drive it in Canada?
Yeah, the car my dad built in 1989. You know, his name is Fritz, but I call him Fritz. And he was pretty skinny then, so let's hope I can fit in the thing. But he's turning the wrenches on the Cullen and Shoots dragster at the March Meet, and that's why I'm gonna join them.
Wow,
cool.
Great.
Yep.
So you're gonna be on that crew.
Yes.
You're going to be getting your hands dirty
fuel and working on the car. Yeah.
It's a little grease under the fingernails.
That's right. That's where grease goes.
Now, we didn't embarrass you by bringing your TV commercial on here, did we? I mean,
you know what? If you're in one, you know, you just got to live with it, right?
There you go.
When my mom's fuse is lit.
Well, unfortunately, we're at the top of the hour, and we're going to have to stop before we get to the bikini photos.
Oh.
So I apologize for that.
Thank God. No one wants to see that.
This is close. We got some hula.
Oh, hula hoop. There we go.
Remember, car owners, this could be your driver right now.
That's right. I bring my own hula hoop.
You know what?
Yeah.
It shows that she's flexible, limber,
bendy,
and willing to do just about anything.
Which is my top 3 things when I'm dating.
Yeah, you haven't done that in a while, though, haven't you?
Oh, that's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Better be.
Okay.
Well, Mindy, thanks a lot for being on the show. We're up at the top. It's time for All Torque TV from Australia to come on next. We'll be back next week with everybody. We've got a lot of stuff going on. And, of course, Alex, the car girl, Rogio, will be live in studio.
Cool.
Man, hey, Bob, good to see you for
nice
2013.
Seeing you guys.
Mendy, I think this is your
you.
3rd appearance maybe here.
Yeah, it's been a long time, though, so I'm glad I wore my lucky underwear tonight.
Yeah, it's, you wrote, whose underwear?
What? Sorry?
What? I
sorry.
thought those...
What did you say?
Who said what?
I don't know what
Who signed them?
Is that Lucky? Good to see you.
Diana-Mite.
Dynamite.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask Mindy about Lucky's underwear.
Okay, I was
They fit kind of funny, but...
Say AM&H on the back.
Those aren't underwear. My God. Okay, look, coming up next, normally I'd say the Encore presentation. All Torque TV is coming up. Let's see what those Aussies are up to in 2013. And, hey, thanks for joining us for our first show. Iron out a couple of bugs. And, man, I totally enjoyed this. And let's do this again next week. What do you guys think?
That sounds great. Yeah.
All right, so, yeah, coming up next, All Torque TV. Hey, keep it right here. Let's thank a few people on this little credit roll first. And let's join this again. Yeah, Tuesday next week. Right here.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, and TheFoat.com.